50,000 people there. But you're talking about in that field, comic books rarely, when they're sold to stores, they rarely sell 50,000 copies. And that's to a store.
They rarely sell 10.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, that's true.
Copies, not 10,000.
10 copies.
No, but that's one thing. Again, we and you guys in this room and everybody at a place like Anime Matsuri, you can go to any number of conventions around the country, but there are a handful of conventions that have shown that they're willing to stand with artists, that they're willing to stand with creators, and they're willing to stand with the fans. Right? That's one thing I have gotten from Anime Matsuri is how much they're catering towards the fans. Just sticking with Vic, knowing that people want a place to see him, and from the start, providing the opportunity for him to be here and interact with people, which is something that he plainly loves to do. Mm-hmm. Right?
Let's emphasize that point. Yeah, Anime Matsuri from the get-go has been backing him, supporting him.
Right. And there are a couple other conventions around that you will find this. And I think as we provide support for the ones that do, the ones that want to but haven't yet, will be quick to fall in line, because ultimately it's for the fans. It really is. And these places don't operate without you guys going through the door, without having people come in, buy those super passes, spend days engaging with vendors and talking with people and networking, and then going home and then helping them network. You guys are their advertising department in a very real sense. So when you're showing up for these, that's a way. The comic community is amazing, because in comics you can make a book with 1, 2, or 3 people. You can put out a very high quality product. Anime is obviously a little different. There's a different scale of production that goes into it. But these conventions are the opportunity for you to basically crowdsource where the interest is. I mean, support the conventions you like. You guys are willing to travel across the country. I mean, heck, I came 1,000 miles to be here. That's fantastic. And
can we give props to Anime Matsuri too? I mean, them, the staff, everybody has been beyond welcoming. I really appreciate the way that they've gone beyond.
Yeah, they've been fantastic. Absolutely. But it's supporting these types of conventions. That's the opportunity in the anime community. And in the great thing is, I know none of you are just anime fans and nothing else. Well, maybe 1 or 2, but this overlap, whatever community you're in, whatever other communities you're in, if you think this isn't coming, it's not limited to anime. That's
They're
kind of
going after every sector.
Every sector. There's a group of people who don't think you should be able to escape how wrong you are.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it. That's what they're after. And for whatever brokenness is inside them, they need to put that upon everybody else and find no way to escape from it. So it's coming in your communities. And my message to you today, I guess, is just an encouragement. Look at places like Matsuri. This convention has a very obvious boycott group that is out there. They're very vocal. It's the same nasty people that we've dealt with in other areas, and yet it's still put on. It's still heavily attended, and that's a credit to y'all, because without you guys, Anime Matsuri would be back down. I mean, what other option would they have if people didn't show up? So.
It's a good point. I want to dial back to that in a second, but I see this gentleman over there has his hand raised. What do you guys think about in a little bit if we do a Q&A? Are any of you, would any of you like that?
Oh, you want to ask questions?
All right.
What is this?
So we will definitely do that then if you guys are cool with that.
What, this is for the fans? What are we doing?
I mean, I know.
No,
hard to believe, right?
I believe in this top-down approach where we just tell them what to think.
Yeah. I thought you were drunk when
We've
you
been talking
came up
about the
with
whole time.
I thought that was just more of your drunken law splitting.
Oh.
Get me a gin immediately. Okay, how do we want to take these questions? So you've got your hand up, I see, back there. Yeah, you. Me? Not Tug? Oh, well, thank
no.
you. I appreciate it. Oh, so you want an autograph?
Autograph.
You have something for me to sign? Like right now? I mean, I have a pen, but what? Yeah.
Run it up, run it up.
Yeah. No wiggle room.
Okay. In the meanwhile, next.
I have something I want to do. I want to record the room screaming out, "It's for the fans."
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I may have to come behind you. Is that okay?
I'm fine with that.
May I come behind you?
We'll see how I feel about this in 5 or
Whoa.
6 years.
Hang on. What? Yes, go ahead.
Hold on. Yeah. Okay, we'll do this thing.
Okay, let me get behind you. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
For the fans. Woo.
Adequate effort. Just kidding. That was fantastic. Thank you.
Wait, I thought you said it was pretty
All right,
epic.
what do you got, buddy?
Oh, perfect too.
I thought I was getting served papers.
Is that a how-to book or? Ooh, he's got a cool signature.
Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Thanks, buddy. Yes, the manga. Awesome, thank you. All right, next question. Okay, do that in the back there. Yeah, you. Bearded guy. Oh, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry, what?
Uh-oh.
I have never actually been able to play 40K. I apologize.
No. No.
That's changing. I will say that is changing here at Matsuri. I will be playing some Kill Team here at Matsuri, but as a kid, I was never able to afford playing 40K because I didn't have a house to mortgage back then.
That's true.
And now I live in this very small town. There are not a lot of people to play with. So the way I've partaken of the 40K community is through the books. I have every special edition book that Black Library has released to my knowledge, to my financial detriment, and to my wife's dismay. But if I were playing, I would play Custodians. So, all right.
All right. What about you in the blue, sir?
Yeah.
So you're scamming the super chat?
Yeah, what are you trying to get out of that?
No, I'm just
Wait,
kidding.
is this one of those refunded chats? Message
It's
redacted?
instantly, yeah. No, go ahead, go ahead.
One thing that I find interesting is that one of the arguments that the fat, ugly people like Kick Big make is the argument that these social justice warriors, what they want is for everyone to be seen as a public figure like people in the government. Well, except of course them because they deserve special treatment.
Wait, what was the question?
I think he was making a
I think it
statement.
was a
I mean,
statement.
you sounded like legit though, but
I
yeah.
actually enjoyed the fat, ugly part. That was
Yeah, that was it. That was.
All right.
All right, Tug, you want to pick somebody?
Yeah.
Pick somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. You in the green.
Okay.
No, you in the green.
You're in the green.
Yes.
I will never say no.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds good.
Yes.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ty?
What do I think? I'm getting tired of paying people money to scold me. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I really am. You know, I'm an adult, well, reasonably adult male, and a father, and I don't, you know, I want my hobbies to be fun, and that's a key thing, guys. They're trying to turn all of your hobbies into something you don't want to do, and I say we just fight them at every turn.
And can I just add that all of these hobbies are built to allow whatever level of unfun you want to add into them.
Thank you.
But I think so. There's a question about I don't remember who said it, but there's a back and forth about how does racism die, and the answer was one person at a time.
Yeah.
How do these businesses change? And it's really one transaction at a time. It really is. When you see a company that you support their position, go support their position, buy their products, go out of your way to do it, because these companies operate on margins that are much smaller than we all like to pretend. They really do. And every missed dollar is a missed dollar, and it's a missed opportunity for them to have done better. And they know it. When businessmen run the company, they know it, and businesswomen as well.
And fight back on Twitter.
Business
if
people.
That's your, business persons. Fight back on Twitter if that's your deal. Fight back on social media. Tell these companies you're not happy with being scolded. You know, I would be reasonably polite. Well, I probably wouldn't be polite, but
And we
I would
do have
encourage
some.
everybody else.
Go ahead.
A lot of these companies are finally waking up to the fact that Twitter likes do not equal sales. You know, there was a Universal Fan Con people tried to put on. They had tens of thousands of likes, or rather over 100,000 likes, tens of thousands of retweets. They sold a handful of tickets. Handful. You know, it was.
This is a struggle,
My
man.
God,
You guys need to.
It's weird talking through a mask.
Are you not used to talking into a microphone, Tug?
I'm not used to talking through something that looks like this. I'm not used to talking through something you have to drill holes in.
Oh.
Yeah.
But we do have some very real examples recently of, to continue on that question briefly, there's some very real examples recently of companies that are seeing the failures of that approach. Burger King's one, and more recently you have even, good clap on that. And, the DOJ probe with the Google investigation that's going on, that's a huge story.
I don't want to be Google.
Yeah.
Another brief law update. James Damore is no longer part of the class action lawsuit against Google because of his binding arbitration agreement. However, the unhired members have surpassed the motion to dismiss, and Google is moving on to discovery in a class action lawsuit. And I do not want to be them having the internal communications of their management, which the tiny portion we've seen have shown an absolute disdain for many of the people who use it, myself included. They hate me. Some of them openly. That was fun.
Wow.
But and this type of stuff, in all honesty, the lost transactions, every lawsuit, every Oberlin college, right?
Yeah.
Where we get to expose these people for who they are and just what they think of the paying customers. It will kill them. I mean, there's nothing you can do to avoid it other than they'll have to purge their ranks or they will die. That's it. That's grim. You,
sounds
buddy.
good.
For myself, hanging out with all of you folks. I think
Yeah.
that's what else? I mean, I think that's been fun.
Yeah, I've
That-
pretty much
Wanted to
stood
do
at your table the entire time, and people just kept coming up, and it's awesome.
Yeah, honestly, it's
know,
very humbling. It's still very surprising, honestly.
Nick is a terrible salesman. though.
The worst. He had me watch his table. He's like, "Oh, sell stuff," if people come up.
He's like, well, I gave away a few things. I was like, awesome, you know.
Not
No,
even. Nothing.
0. He's in the hole.
Goose egg.
Oh, sorry. Next, let's see.
Broly, let's get Broly here.
Oh my gosh.
Is this a trap? Sure.
No, you're supposed to.
I'll
Oh
take
no.
it.
Oh God.
Oh, God, I
It's-
feel
see-
assaulted.
That's a whole
I was
sack
like, what
of
the heck was
assault.
that?
Oh my goodness.
Tyler looked like he was in shell shock when that thing came flying in.
You're right there.
Artillery.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Typically hovering around Tug's table, which is kind of front and center.
Yeah, if you guys, Tug, why don't you tell them where it is really quick, just in case?
I have a table in the exhibit hall, number 810. The whole point in having a table, not really selling things, it's just to hang out and to meet all you folks. I mean, that's all I want to do. Like, I come to this stuff because we have amazing communities, and that community is right here, and I wanted to support Anime Matsuri, and like I said, I wanted to meet all you folks.
Absolutely. I called on him before, but we had some crazy stuff happen. What's up? That's a good message. I mean, really, it doesn't even matter where your alignment falls on the political spectrum. It's just a matter of wanting to be able to enjoy entertainment for what it is. That's really what it comes down to, at least to me.
Yeah, there's no illusion that people want to like go home and just read only conservative talking points in their anime either, right? Like,
Yeah.
like I don't want a Rush Limbaugh rant injected into a dub of My Hero Academia.
Oh God. Oh God. You imagine All Might going off on Salute.
Right.
Oh God, man.
Yeah. So that's one of the misconceptions that we get all the time is that because we're pushing back against a particularly insidious ideology coming into these communities, I like to think that if there was some intentional injection, and actually we saw this from Comicsgate, there's a pretty severe backlash towards some of the creators who really wanted to inject overt right-wing political messages into the comics, and the large portion of the community is like, if you want to do that, that's fine, but stop trying to co-opt our movement and make it into that. That's not what we're about. We're not about just having our version of politics pushed in. It's like, just let us buy what we want, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
A lot of these talking points are not right left, they're right wrong. I mean, think about what we boil it down to. Most of us understood that. That's creepy watching you eat a jelly bean like that beside me.
I'm glad I wasn't looking.
There you go. It'll really fit through the eye hole. It has to be like this. All right. It's gonna come
Oh,
with
wow.
Woo! Yes. We will be in touch. Yeah, I guess we were.
But okay, next question. There's a chicken back there, and that's creeping me out. I got to get
What
that.
the heck?
I love that.
Let the chicken talk. That's impressive.
It does depend. It depends on the product specifically, though. Like, just because a company makes anime doesn't necessarily mean that it's for the same target market as another anime. You know, like some people like slice of life. Some people want a harem anime, and some people just want like some shonen stuff. So I agree on some of that, and not all of it though. But I don't know about the rest of you guys.
Well, what I would say, so, Hiro, every time I talk to you, you say a bunch of Japanese words that are titles of shows. And like,
oh boy.
back when I was in high school, and my friends were importing like fan subbed VHS tapes from Germany of Cowboy Bebop or Evangelion or whatever. I would have considered myself like an anime fan. Like that was like certainly a tier above where I am now. But when you so that was 20 years ago ish, something like that. But when you talk about anime, I've never heard of any of this stuff. So
it's because we need to. Oh, go ahead, finish.
Well, my point in all this is that is there some limited amount of intellectual property that people will buy? I don't think so. We've never seen there's only so much room in a community. How many of you have watched a new anime or a new episode of something within the past month? Something you've never even seen or heard of? Exactly. There's no reason that we have to impose these rules into existing property. I got some of you to put your hands down. That was funny. There's no reason we have to force this stuff into existing IP. That was one of the big problems with comics. It's like if you want a character to have representation for a particular community, great, make that character. Yeah. Don't try and ham-fist it into an existing character.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, what I noticed has also happened, maybe you've seen this too, sometimes they'll change an existing character to force into that mold.
Much to this dismay of Human Torch.
Oh, man.
All right, Hammer.
Hey guys, me and my wife drove 20 hours from Virginia to see you guys.
It's good to see you here.
I think that one's me.
Which one?
Which is worse, getting a very uncomfortably long high five from Mars Girl or having to sit in the shade?
Ooh. What if you could do them together?
I guess that depends if you want shattered carpals or if you want hepatitis.
What about the person all the way in the back? Yeah, you who just looked, yeah. Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, I know who you two are. I couldn't tell because the light is glaring right in my eyes.
Yes.
Props, too. Great artwork.
Absolutely.
Come on down.
The light's blinding.
Good to see you, Nita.
I don't know if you've seen my Fear the Beard.
Probably. My daughters show up to me all the time.
I like that shirt, by the way.
That was you?
One wants the jelly beans.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much.
That's why we have 5 kids.
You're welcome. Thank you. Very gracious. Thank you.
You did good.
Ty, pick someone. You pick someone. Come on. Do some work up here.
I like that shark-looking thingy there. What is that? Yeah.
That's Rick. That's Pickle Rick. Oh, God, that was bad.
Wait, to be fair,
I swear it sounded better when I was saying that to
guys,
myself.
It's the glare.
to be fair, you have to have a very high IQ to be a fan of Rick and Morty. Sorry. Sorry, Ty.
That's fair.
I like the theory about genetically engineered cat girls, but I'm worried that they're going to take it too far. It's going to be too much cat, not enough girl.
I'm starting to like that one more and more now. I don't know. I've always found the fake moon landing. I don't know. That's an old one, but a good one. I always love that.
I don't know. What's my favorite? What's your favorite
I
conspiracy?
don't really have one. The flat Earth, folks.
Flat Earth.
Yeah, props to that one.
That's good.
If you go out on YouTube, you can find flat Earth videos, and they're a hoot.
Wait a minute. I thought you're.
What?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the globularist conspiracy that the Earth isn't flat.
Right? Yeah. That was it.
I think we know mine. 4 turtles for the win. You, sir. Yeah.
I just wanted to say, I think Shane would go fucking apeshit in this room.
Luigi.
Oh, man.
I've noticed this ideology always appears in all of our media, all of our fan bases, all of our audience. And I'm an historian, and everybody can tell when they look at it, when they went after our comics, we fought back. They went after our video games, we fought back. They went after our music, we fought back. I'm kind of thinking at this point, like, don't we need to start figuring out our memory problem? Every time they go after our hobbies, we fight back, and they lose money. Why haven't nobody in that political system learned this by now?
Because they are morally just. They're morally justified in their minds. No, they really are. I mean, these folk. I used to think they were cynical. I don't believe that at all now. They are genuine fanatics. Now look.
Ty, I'm sorry. Could you just repeat the thing you said? You don't think that anymore?
I said I don't think that. I used to think they were just cynical manipulators, but no, I think they're fanatics. And the thing is, it takes a long. You're a historian. How long did it take to drive Imperial Japan back in World War II? Despite the fact that we outweighed them in every category by many multiples. Fanatics go down hard, and you just got to fight them. The alternative is to roll over. Yeah, they're going to keep coming.
You know what happened.
What happened?
I'm sorry. How can you not know this stuff already? It's in the books. And you still come out and say, and then somebody eventually comes up and say, hey, look at that.
I mean, it is a really good question. It's honestly a really hard one to answer. It could vary company to company, but totally just theorizing. But I do wonder if some companies at this point are forsaking like pure capital and bottom line for power. And like some of them, if you have enough people in upper management in a company that say like we'll take a hit on this, but we'll like push this agenda, it could be seizing power. Or if you look at it more long term, they might think short term they're losing money, and long term they're building up the audience, even though we know it's probably not going to work out the way they think. But those are just two possible reasons for that. But it's hard to know for sure because it really doesn't make sense, honestly. Yeah.
Fanatics are loud. I mean, that's the thing. I think
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Not enough.
Yeah.
There you go.
Some of these really big companies too have so much money, man. If they lose some, it's not the end of the world for them. So yeah, we'll see.
Then let them lose. I mean, hey, you have the ability to walk away. You can take your money somewhere else, and sooner or later they'll pay for it. There's like in comic books, for example, maybe one company doesn't hurt for it because they have billion-dollar movies, but the other companies out there, they start going bankrupt.
What's scary about that too, Tug, is when those companies see that their competition is succeeding where they're failing, instead of bettering their product, they start to try to get rid of the competition. Let's emphasize that because healthy competition is good, right, for the consumer. But this is not healthy competition. This is like they're scared of you and they're going to try to remove you. They're going to try to deplatform you, go after you. It's not competition. It's literally like attacking them, and it can be scary.
What is this, an Ayn Rand book?
I don't even know what that is.
No.
What did he say?
Never mind.
I don't read books. I read manga.
They have a manga of it.
There's a manga of it?
Please get me a manga of the Fountainhead stat.
I've got my Sergeant Rock
Oh, God.
comics.
Okay, pick somebody?
There's a colorful sign back there, but I can't read it. I think it says something.
The
about
lights.
time.
I can't even see this.
Are we out of time?
We're out.
Oh, okay. Well,
man.
final thoughts here. Thank you all for coming out and seeing us. Please continue to come see us. If we didn't get to your question here at the panel, please come talk to us in person. We're all just, again, humbled and awed by you guys coming and supporting us, and continue to support places like Anime Matsuri and artists that you like. I'd say artists like Vic out of my assumptions, but even if it's not Vic, artists that you like.
Like that umbrella guy, the littlest umbrella. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all. It's been a pleasure, and we'll be around the convention. We'll be here tomorrow too. I think all you guys will be here tomorrow.
Yep, we'll be here tomorrow. Oh,
Excellent.
And never let any company convince you that it's about anyone other than you. You pay for their existence.
Amen.
Good to see y'all.